Richie, welcome back. Everyone enjoyed a break?
Yeah, it's great. Spent a bit of time with the family and all that. So, yeah, all refreshed and ready to go again.
Squad health ahead of Friday, and everyone's back. No injuries. Everyone's in good health.
Yeah, no, Bagsy's back and done more training, obviously, and one or two of the other lads that were carrying Knox. Jonas is probably still out at the moment. He's one that's probably still out. Ethan Varian. He's done his ACL, so he's going to be out for the season as well. So that's going to be a big disappointment for us going forward, because he's a great lad, and he's been very good with us when he's been in here. So again, it's a big blow for us,
Joe O'Brien, Whitmarsh and Aaron Healy this Friday. So we're hearing that the leave insert may interfere with them travelling to Derry. We believe the club have tried to get in contact with a school up there, but will they be travelling on Friday or
no? So there's a few of the lads that have been on the bench recently that have an exam on Friday afternoon, so they won't be making the trip up. No.
How much of a loss will Joe be to the?
It's a big loss. Yeah, he's a very good player, and he's done very well since he's come in here, but look, he has to do his exams as well, and we have to respect that as well. That look, he's at that stage of his life as well. That's going to be important for him.
Matt Healy, he's so I know last year at Barry Coffey there was he couldn't play for the month of June. We're hearing that Matt Healy is staying. He's with the club for this until July 1st, guaranteed. Anyway, is he? He's here for Friday.
Yeah, Matt's here. Yeah, Matt's here in training. Yeah, so yeah.
Toby Oluwami, any update on Toby?
No, Toby's gone back to Celtic, so obviously he's had treatment for the past couple of months on a groin injury, so Toby won't be returning. So that was the end of his deal anyway, that we had here. So he'd be back with Celtic, and we wish him well going forward.
James Kabia, we might be hearing that he's training with the squad. Is there any offer for him or approach for him?
No, Jay's has come in for a couple of days training, right? Yeah, he's obviously back from Scotland. He's had a bit of an injury as well, so at the moment he's just come in training and stuff. Yeah.
Would there be any areas of the squads that you may have identified to strengthen in the window coming up?
There would be a few, I'd say, Damien. You can see yourself in the games where we're quite late at the moment, so there's quite a few that we're looking at. Yeah, so it's kind of look. I won't go into great detail at the moment and stuff like that, but look, that's probably again under Liam's remit, and with us as staff as well, that we're looking at a number of players at the moment, yeah.
So again, Friday. So Derry have scored 1 goal in the last 3 games. Would you say again, is it a good time to play or bad time to play?
You never know, really, do you? Just sometimes people say that, and then they click, and it's Look, what I would say with Derry is that they're a very, very talented group. They've got league winners, cup winners within their group, and they're experienced side. So they're going through a little period at the moment that nearly every team has gone through so far. But look, they won't be long before they're back and performing to the levels and scoring lots of goals again. So look, I hope it's not Friday night, but look, we have to be ready for everything.
And statistically, Derry get a lot of corners, so they average 6.5 per game. We've probably struggled with corners this year. Is this something that you want to be working on in training this week?
Yeah, we've done actually. We've done quite a bit of a chat. We've had team meetings and so on about how we can improve things. So, yeah, it's something that we are working on.
And they have failed to score in 6 of their 10 home games, which is actually the lowest in the league. Is this something that you can use tactically to set up?
Yeah, we look at the games that they've missed quite a few chances in them games. They are creating chances. If it was a case that they weren't creating, and that you would say, that something could be done tactically there, But you look at a lot of the games that they are still creating opportunities to score, but it's probably on the day the teams that are going up there, they're setting up a certain way to defend and so on, and stop Derry from scoring. So it's kind of when you set up defensively and all that, you're going to give them quite a bit of possession and stuff like that, but at the same time, good players will find solutions and they create chances. So we have to expect that they're going to create chances on Friday night, but it's up to us obviously to defend our box properly and do all the right things defensively.
20 games played. But are you happy are the team and the backroom staff happy where we are at the moment in the league? in the season so far.
No, you can't be happy because we're still in a situation where you're looking at teams ahead of you and results, and you're looking behind you as well and stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, look, we all know we're a massive club, we're Cork City at the end of the day, and we want to be back up where we feel we should be, but it's going to take time as well at the same time. But in recent games, I think you can see the lads are getting used to the intensity. We've had a couple of good wins. There's been a bit of momentum there and stuff like that, but hopefully we can carry that on into the second half of the season and get enough points that we can push up the league.
And look, last one for me was a win on Friday. We could move to 7th with other results. UCD are playing Drogheda, and Dundalk, I think, are playing Sligo. Is there any pressure? Anyone feeling any pressure to make sure that we get a win on Friday night? Otherwise, the other teams could extend that gap.
You would have said that a few weeks ago too, Damien. When you look at it and stuff like that, as I keep saying, is that like you can't get too high, and when you're going through the good runs, and too low when you're obviously going, because you see other teams. It's the way the league is at the moment, is that teams are going to pick up points, teams are going to drop points. You're going to go through little runs and stuff like that. So for us, it's that hopefully we can just build on the momentum that we have had the last number of weeks and so on, and that we can go and pick up a positive result. But look, we know it's going to be one of the most difficult games in the league, because you're up against a side that's really talented, up on a big pitch, up on the Astro pitch up there as well. So it's going to be a difficult game. But am I saying that we can't go up and get something there? I'm not saying that. We can go and get something, but we just need to perform at the levels that we know we can.
And actually starting on the Astro pitch, and you can start for any players playing on that on Friday night.
It's more probably afterwards, like we've done a little bit of training this week on it, but again, the intensity levels of what we're doing on the training sessions wouldn't be probably what you're looking at on grass, because you are wary of injuries and so on. But it's probably afterwards, the recovery side of it might take an extra day or so for lads that going through the intensity of a game on an Astro like that is going to be tough. And we've probably seen that earlier in the season as well with the game up there, and obviously Oriel Park there as well. That takes one or two knocks for lads, and it's just it takes that a little bit longer.
So.
Rich, the last performance against Dundalk was extremely flash, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and we've had discussions over it, and we spoke about it. But then at the same time, is that probably on reflection on it, you look at the games, it's the third game of the week. Probably for 60 minutes or so, we were like, we could have been 2-3 up at half time. Give away a goal just before half time. Obviously, then you come into the team talk is a little bit different and stuff like that. But then probably the big difference was, in terms of squad depth and stuff like that, is that at the moment, like, we've got a lot of young lads on the bench and stuff like that, that are learning the game, and they're and whatever. Whereas other teams have a lot more experience and stuff like that coming on, and that. So I just felt second half was flat. Yeah, I agree with you. It was. But look, again, hopefully the time off now, lads are recharged, and we can go again. And as we say, might be an opportunity next couple of weeks that we can build on the squad as well and get a few bodies in.
So you're obviously identifying the odd player down there that you might get your hands on.
Oh yeah, look, that's probably that's a good way down the road. You probably looking the last couple of weeks or even month or so, that you're looking at possibilities and so on. But so are other clubs. So it's one of those, is that like hopefully we can get the ones that we want, and that can. Look, we won't be bringing anyone that we feel that won't bring something to the party, in terms of improving the squad and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be the big one, is that like the ones that come in hopefully can kick us on a bit.
Good job. Andrew, do you want to come in there?
Yeah, sorry. Hi, Richie. How are you doing?
Hey, Andrew, how are you? All right?
Yeah, not too bad. Just on Eaton there again, just wondering, was it Drogheda or was it both? I'm trying to think when he actually suffered that injury first of all.
He actually did in training. He did in training, last week, or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, he was kind of similar to Darragh Crowley, really same kind of action as Darragh Crowley, receiving a football, trying to open up, and unfortunately went down. And you kind of fear the worst straight away, because they're them ones that, when there's kind of no one around, are the ones that you feel that are the ones that are going to be the long term ones. So we're kind of waiting and hope that the scam would come back. That obviously it wasn't as bad as what we feared, but it's come back. He's done his ACL, so that's him for the season.
It's so big a loss as he for the squad as well. Obviously, on his return, it's something that's really making him back this year.
Yeah, look, Eden's done really well, you know, in terms of, like, he's played multiple positions. You know, I know we signed him as a centre forward, but I think he's shown there at a couple of games that he went as a wing back as well. You know, great delivery for Tunde for a goal against Pats. You know, his energy levels are very good. You know, he's a fit boy and he gets up and down the pitch and stuff like that. And he'd no bother doing that. He was happy actually to do that as well for the team as well. You know, which probably shows the character of the kid as well. You know, so. But look, we'll look after him here and make sure the rehab is done. And Joe himself and Dara are looked after. Albin as well, obviously as well. So it's just kind of that the boys looked after, and hopefully they're back as quick as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. And just you mentioned Mahidi as well, but so he's contracted till the end of June, but then I saw he was out of contract there and is at a club. So is that something you'd look to maybe extend that beyond?
Yeah, look, there's discussions at the moment, Matt. So I think obviously Liam is dealing with that at the moment. So look, Matt's a very good young player, and we're hoping that he stays. You know.
Yeah, and just in terms of break as well, you mentioned you got that away for a few days with the same squad. They all had a number of days off before they'll come back to train.
Yeah, no, I think it was important that they got away. You know, I think a lot of them got into the sun and enjoyed themselves, you know, and that or whatever. Because look, it is a pretty hectic schedule we have, you know, and when you're in the job we're in, you know, there is a lot of sacrifice in terms of, you know, like so Friday, Monday games, and then you're leading into another week and so on. So look, lads get a few days downtime is good for them as well, you know. And I think the energy coming back into training this week, you could see it, you know, there was a little bit more freshness there in terms of, you know, lads enjoyed themselves, you know, and they relaxed. Some of them obviously with families and so on. So yeah, it was good for everyone just to kind of get away from the place for a few days, you know.
Yeah, it was a good time just because of after the Dundalk game as well. Maybe the break came a good time.
I don't think the result really dictated that. I think we were getting there now. We were kind of looking forward, even in the good, you know, the results and all that. I think is that we've got ourselves back into a position now where, you know, we've got teams around us and stuff. Probably a number of weeks ago we were kind of looking, we were a little bit adrift, you know, and stuff like that. But now we're back in probably where now we can kind of hopefully push on for the second half of the season, you know.
All right, just finally, so Jace Kubai, I saw as well, there's no chance of him playing Friday, is it?
Oh no! Jace has come in just training for a little bit. He's had a bit of a long layoff and stuff like that, and he's come back over and stuff like that. So he's in training and stuff like that with us.
So you won't be able to make it permanent, so?
We'll see what happens. Again, look, that would be Liam's remit there as well. Like, you know, but look, obviously for us as coaches, we're looking at him as well and seeing how he does, you know.
All right, thanks, best of luck for that.
Cheers, thank you.
Mick?
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Richie. How are you? Thanks for here.
Hi, Mick. How are you?
Good, thank you. Just one question for me. Obviously, you've got, after this one, you've got Drogheda and you've got Pats and Sligo. How do you see this period? Is a very important part of the season, do you feel, just in terms of pushing on into the second half and picking up points against, I suppose, especially Drogheda and Sligo?
Yeah, look, I think probably first half of the season, people are asking was games 6-pointers and do or die and all this kind of stuff. I think obviously as the season goes on and you're still in the position that you're in, these games against each other will become more important, obviously, you know. So for us is that, like, at the moment in the job that we're in, we just look at Derry, and then obviously we've concentrated on Drogheda after, you know. So yeah, look, what I would say in this league, I think we've all seen it, is that every game's a big game, you know, and there's no easy games, you know, and I think that any team can beat anyone on their day, you know. So look, it's the same for everyone, you know. The teams probably with the bigger budgets and more experienced players are seeing it, so we're probably seeing it as well, you know, down where we are at the moment as well, you know.
The ambition obviously is to push on and the table in the next few weeks, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. And as I say, we take a game at a time, and hopefully we can put on a positive performance on Friday and get something from the game, you know, and that we can push on again. I think that the Dundalk game, there was some good stuff in the first half, and there was elements of the game that you could see is that, you know, we could have probably taken the game away from Dundalk before half time, but we just need to be a little bit more clinical in them situations. And obviously defend the first goal better than what we did, you know.
Sorry, just one last one. Just in terms of the way things have gone recently with the results you have picked up, have you found teams that maybe have been a little bit more wary maybe in recent weeks, just in terms of what threat you guys possess?
Not really. I would say like what I would say even earlier in the season, and that is that we were always in games. You know, I think like you look probably where we're at in terms of goals scored and stuff. I think we're above quite a number of teams in that middle section. You know, so I think we've always carried a threat going forward through the season. It's probably them individual mistakes in games that have cost us, you know, points and so on, and that has seemed to be kind of cleared up a little bit. You know, probably lads learning on the job and so on. You know, and there's going to the back five has kind of helped as well, you know. So look, it's, I would say is that coming into the start of the season, majority of the group here didn't have Premier Division experience. So for them now is that they're learning and they're getting more tuned to the intensity of the games and obviously tactically and stuff like that, what the games demand of you and stuff like that. So look, it's a learning curve for all of us. But look, the lads are getting better and hopefully they can push on for the second half of the season.